Yeah, me too. Okay. Yay. We're here. We're here. We're here. Okay. Hello and welcome to Tea Time with Footie. I'm coming to you live with our weekly cup of kindness. Here we go with my
Oh,
bright
that's
pink
cute.
fabulous mug. I hope you are enjoying your evening or day, depending on where you live. I think we cover all the time zones, I think. Europe, New Zealand, Mexico, and the United States. But wouldn't it be fun to have friends here from Iceland and South Africa and Jerusalem? I would just love that. Oh my gosh. So if you have friends in those wonderful places, yeah, just send them over to me. So please say hello and let us know where you're coming from because it's fun to see where people live. And if you catch the replay, don't forget to hashtag replay with the comment. And if you are new and you haven't met me, I'm Footie, also known as Linda Foot. And thank you for joining us this evening. I am the creator of Be Your Fearless and Fabulous Self Facebook group, which, by the way, the group that I was in helped me name this Fearless and Fabulous. How about that? So I love inspiring busy women like you to relieve the stress from everyday life by tapping into, your creative, fun-loving, childlike selves. Because life should be filled with joy, right? So I enjoy mentoring women to learn how to use essential oils creatively, bringing back the joy in their lives. We do a lot of DIYs while learning how to relax and enjoy life. And in my business, I've learned that you can take essential oils and merge them with crafts, helping you meditate, do yoga, vision boards, or simply learn to play while guiding you to free yourself from the daily stress that gets in your way. So today, we will learn how to creatively work with our pets. So last week we did the 3-day, I don't want to forget this because it just popped in my head. We did the 3-day Aromatouch technique workshop. Oh my God, that was fun. I enjoyed those workshop days and the bonus day, where before I didn't care for it so much, but I loved it. So I don't want you to forget the 11th is coming soon, and I will announce the grand prize winner. So go and play catch up with your videos and continue to post. I'm keeping tabs on everyone. And also, this month is devoted to my animal lovers. I don't think it's National Pet Month or anything like that. I just decided that September was a good month to devote to animals. So you will hopefully learn something new about caring for your pets every week this month. And my lovely friend from the past, Jamie Lee, we met in a women's group called Chicks Connect. My son and I flew out to Las Vegas for, I don't know, it was like a conference about, I don't even know how many
Wow,
years ago, 6 years
I don't
ago?
either. Oh, at least.
Yeah, I think it was 6 years ago. And this is where I had the opportunity to meet Jamie and a bunch of other lovely, like minded women. We were learning how to, I think, run our online businesses and, just fun stuff like that, go live using our phones, which, by the way, put me into a state of shock learning how to go live. I did not like it at the time. And now look at me, I love going live. Um, and my pink flamingo, fabulous. It says fabulous. This is my mug from my trip to Las Vegas. My son gave me this.
Oh,
I know. It's so
that's
cool.
that is cool.
Yeah, at the Flamingo, the hotel.
Yep. Mhm.
He made sure I got to go there. Yeah. So my friend Jamie, she is a certified teacher of excellence in the Let Animals Lead method of Animal Reiki and a certified meditation and mindfulness teacher. She found Animal Bonds in 2010 with a mission to enrich lives and strengthen the relationships between people and animals, which I think is fabulous. She also teaches how meditation and animal Reiki support emotional balance for animals and those who love them. And her work with animals has allowed her to sit with tigers and become best friends with sporting dog champions and calm, frightened, sheltered animals, which I think is a lot of people would like to know about that. And Jamie lives in Las Vegas. She lives in Nevada with her 3 rescue cubs, pups. What did I say? Cups, pups. 1 rescue parakeet and a turtle. Oh my gosh. So, and I had the opportunity to take, I think it was your first Reiki online course about what,
Oh,
4 or 5 years
yes.
ago?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually took it twice. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
The first course was free, and then I took the paid course because I thought I need remedial Reiki training.
And now it's gotten even better thanks
Oh,
to you, Footie, for helping me out with that.
oh, well, we are so excited to have you join us and to learn about what you do with animals. And if you do have time, I'm sure people would love to hear your story, how you got to be involved in caring for your animals.
Okay, absolutely. Well, I'm so thrilled to be here, Footie. Thank you. And I love sharing this message with everyone. So, first off, what I do is it's called the Let Animals Lead method of animal Reiki. And maybe some of you have heard of Reiki before. But when you work with animals, it's basically meditating with animals. That's what I do. I meditate with animals. Now, if you're familiar with Reiki, you've had a session or maybe you've just heard about it. And usually, if you get a session, what happens is you go to a practitioner. You're usually in kind of a dimly lit room, like you would be getting a massage, soft music playing. You lay down on this table, you just relax. The practitioner comes in and they touch you in specific places and they move around you on the table. They may ask you to roll over, very much like a massage in that way, only, their hand positions, they just touch or they hover above the body. And you, as the person receiving this, just relax and go in and just enjoy it. And it's a beautiful feeling. Well, with animals, the technique is opposite. So, as a practitioner, I go in, I begin to meditate, I become still, and I hold space for the animal. The animal is free to do whatever they choose to do. They may get up and move around throughout the session. They may go get a drink. They may eat something. They may come back. They may stretch. They may yawn. They may fall asleep. All of that is perfectly normal. It's totally opposite. The animal is controlling the session, and I am becoming still. I am becoming Reiki. So that's a real big difference between what I call human Reiki and animal Reiki. How we offer it to the animals makes a big difference on whether or not they're going to accept it and how effective it's going to be. So there's 3 reasons why we meditate with animals. One, it's to support them emotionally. We can give our animals, and we all do. If we're pet lovers, we give them. We give them exercise. We give them food. We buy them the nice beds. We get them the cute toys. And all of that is wonderful, and they enjoy that. But they still have emotional needs that sometimes don't get met. And, they can have fears around something that's happened to them. They can be healing from an injury that's, left them kind of emotionally scarred. And so when we meditate with them, we create the space where they can find support emotionally and come back to balance with their emotions. Another nice thing about meditating with animals is that we receive benefits from it as well. We think that we're sitting there meditating with our animals to help them, but we start to understand the power of unconditional love, what it really means to offer unconditional love. And just like the animals teach us, we learn to let go of hurts, of jealousy, of resentments. We learn to let go of those things that are weighing us down so we can live a more joyful and more peaceful life. And really, that's what we all want. That's what the animals want to teach us so much is, you don't have to be in this constant state of worry or fear or achieving and stress, all these things that come with our world. You can live peacefully and joyfully, and we will show you how to do it. The third reason that we meditate with animals is because when we do, we actually increase the love and compassion that's in the world. So as we begin to meditate, we become calm and we stay in this state longer and longer. And there's been research shown that when you meditate, you lower your heart rate, you lower your blood pressure. People who have had major heart surgery are more likely to be alive 1 year after their surgery if they live with a pet. And imagine meditating with that pet, what that's going to do for you, for your health. Well, as you go into this meditative state, you tend to stay calmer. It doesn't just go away the minute you get up, it carries with you. And it's kind of like a pond, right? So if you have ever skipped rocks in a pond when you were a kid, or maybe you still do, and you'll hit the water and it just ripples out. Well, that's what this does. Meditating with animals ripples out that peace, that joy, that space that you hold from the animals ripples out to everyone around you. That means your family, your friends, the people standing in line in the grocery store in front of you, they all notice and they can feel this peace. Now, they may not understand what's going on, but for that moment when they're in your presence, they just kind of take a breath and relax. And believe it or not, people really respond to that. I was in an office building where I worked outside most of the day, but I would come in, and so I knew this one woman. She was a secretary. I didn't really know her, but I had seen her, said hi. That was about it because I wasn't in the office very much. And she happened to catch me one day as I was walking out the door, and she came up and said, "Can I have a hug from you?" And I said, "Sure, you can." And she said, "I've been wanting to ask because you just have the most beautiful energy."
Oh,
I
nice.
just thought that was so sweet. But that's the power of this practice and of meditating with animals, and how we can become a ripple and really affect change in the world by working on ourselves. So I just really encourage everyone to think about that for a moment, how powerful that is, that we can sit with an animal, meditate, and we can affect change for the better in this world.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I encourage everyone to try that. Now, the let animals lead method is a little different than some methods of Reiki. It is based on Japanese Reiki techniques. That's where Reiki, if you aren't familiar with Reiki, it was founded by a man named Mikao Usui in Japan in like the late 1920s, early 1930s. And it was a system for spiritual enlightenment. And then healing was kind of a side effect because as you relax, your body relaxes, it can go into that healing space. And since it's come west, most people know it as a healing um, modality, and they don't focus so much on the spiritual enlightenment, but really that's what it was designed for. And there are certain techniques that they use in this system. Well, working with animals, we use some of those, but we don't use all of them because it's not always a good fit for the animals. To offer it to animals the way we offer it to humans can be intimidating to the animals. If you try to touch, especially an animal that's been rescued, been in a shelter, been neglected, abused, and you immediately go up, you don't know them, and you put your hands on them, it's probably not going to be a pleasant experience for that animal. And so we have to go in respectfully and respect their boundaries. We offer this and let them decide if they want to step into this energy that we're creating. But it is based on Japanese Reiki techniques. We only use touch when the animal initiates it. And that's probably one of the biggest differences between us and human Reiki.
Mhm.
And if you try that, many times the animals just cower. I've seen animals cower when people come in and just like put their hands up. Because think about it, that to many animals who are prey animals, say a horse or some other animal that's a prey animal, if you just go and put your hands on them, that's a very predatory thing to do. And it can be frightening to them. So rather, we let them initiate the touch. And I've seen it many, many times, but I was at an animal sanctuary open house and I didn't tell them what I did. I just went to tour the grounds and it was large animals, so they were all outside. And I went up to a corral where the horses were and I put my hands up and I just began to offer Reiki. If anybody wanted it, you're free to come up. And one of the horses came up and she put her head up by my hand. So I touched her. And we were like that for about 10 minutes. And then she moved away and she went clear back to the corral. I mean, she was quite a ways from me. And then she started to walk backwards towards me. And I've seen horses walk backwards, but not this far. And this was very deliberate. And she just kept coming closer and closer. And then I'm like, that's a really big butt. And it's coming up here and she could kick me. What is she doing? I'm not sure what she's doing, but I just stayed there and I relaxed. And she actually positioned her hips. So my hands were like laying on the corral, the top of the corral. And she positioned her hips in my hands. And she stood there for another 10 minutes. And then she went to the barn and I knew she was done. Well, as I was leaving, I told the manager, I had to tell her what happened. And she goes, oh, she said, well, she used to be a rodeo horse and she has really bad arthritis in her hips. Now,
Oh,
if I had gone in with this idea that I'm going to heal the animal, which I don't, or if I had gone in that I know what's best for them, or I'm going to put my hands on them and heal them, if I had done all that, the horse probably would not have experienced this moment and wouldn't have gotten relief from the pain. And I wouldn't have experienced this moment. To have that kind of connection with an animal that you don't know is powerful.
that's amazing.
So, another thing we always do is we focus on the animal's perfection. I kind of hinted to this. We don't go in and heal animals. We don't call ourselves healers. I know many Reiki people do, but we do not in this method. We go in and hold space for the animal. And while we're doing that, we focus on the animal's perfection. And I don't care if they have a broken leg. I don't care if they've been abused and there's some scars emotionally or physically. I don't care what's going on with the animal. It doesn't matter. We don't focus or pity them. We don't go, oh, you poor thing. Animals don't like that because they don't see themselves that way. We go in and we see the beautiful spirit that is inside them, just like we have a beautiful spirit inside us. They have a beautiful spirit, and that spirit can never be broken. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It's perfect. And that's what we focus on. And, we tell the animal that, usually silently, in our minds, you're beautiful, you're perfect, I love you. And it's amazing how the animals will respond to that because they know that you are seeing me. And that will transform your life as well as the animals. So, another pillar to the Let Animals Lead method is that it teaches meditation as a way of compassion. Again, we are meditation based. And meditation, the Buddhists say that compassion is the ultimate healer. Through our meditation, we learn to let go of worry and fear and anger and stress. And all of that just naturally creates compassion, and compassion is the healer. We develop mindfulness with animals for peace and healing, and that's about being really present and free of attachment with the animal to see them, really see them for who they are. And then we also honor animals as our teachers and our healers, because really, most animals are more spiritually evolved than we are, and they have so much to teach us. And when you can make that connection, it can transform your life. And I'll just quickly tell this story about I was at the San Diego Zoo, and it was a Saturday. It was very busy, but I felt like I needed to go see the gorillas. So I made my way up there. They've got a big enclosure. The gorillas were clear at the back, hanging out with the trees. And then they have that little tunnel with the roof for the people. And that was packed, but I managed to elbow my way through. I needed to get up there. And the people were so obnoxious. They were making ape noises, scratching their armpits, jumping up and down, just being total jerks. And I remember being so embarrassed that I was part of the same species as people. And then I was like, oh, I shouldn't have come here because now the gorillas are going to think I'm just like them. What can I do? And I just thought maybe I can offer Reiki. And in that moment, I looked up and I made eye contact with the silverback. So I broke my gaze right away because that's not a good thing. Um, but he immediately stood up and began walking down towards me. And of course, the closer he got, the more obnoxious these people got. And I got so angry at them, and I was worried about him, and I had all this stuff going on and this guilt. Why did I come? He's going to be, just heckled by these people. But he didn't care. He actually just walked down. He stood right directly in front of me, in front of that glass. And then he turned around, sat down on the ground, and he leaned back against the glass. And in that moment, when it was just he and I, all these other people, maybe they were still carrying on. I don't even know because they disappeared. And it was just the two of us. And that transformed me in that moment. He didn't care about them, but he knew that I saw him and he saw me. And that moment has lived with me. That was years and years ago. And when I think about it, it's just like it was yesterday. That's how powerful it is when we really connect with animals, and Animal Reiki can help us do that. So I wanted to share that.
Yes. I remember when you were teaching us, how to talk to animals, basically plants, I believe, at the time. This was so long ago. Do you remember I told you our neighbor had a dog that would go absolutely nuts in the window when anytime he would see you pull in the driveway or heard somebody, out on the road? I mean, the dog I thought was going to go right through the kitchen window. And I remember I stood there. I said, okay, I can do this. So I remember I stood there in my driveway and I looked over, and then I just closed my eyes and then I just started talking to him. And he calmed down. I remembered that. I was so excited how he calmed down. Now, he couldn't hear me, but he could see me, through the glass window. And I remember how he just stopped his shenanigans and just stood there looking at me. And then he finally walked away. And then a couple nights later, I had to deliver something And I remember I knocked on the door and everybody was scrambling. The dog was barking and they grabbed him. And I remember when I got to the door and they opened the door, he stopped. He didn't do anything. Now the owner was holding him, but he wasn't
Mhm.
trying to get away from him and jump and everything. And I remembered that. And I thought, oh, he remembers me from the driveway, I
Yes,
think, you know?
yes, I'm sure he did.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was so I always remembered that, and, they had to get rid of the dog, but it was too bad, because he must have had a lot of trauma in his past owner. That's what I think they said, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, so that was always neat. So when I'm around dogs, sometimes I'll try to do that, I just
Mhm.
You know, yes. I feel like I'm the dog whisperer now. All our kids have dogs.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why, but they each family has 2 dogs. It's really funny, but yeah.
That is funny. Well, see, you have lots of dogs to practice with.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm gonna do that next week because 'cause we're gonna be babysitting the kids. Well, I'm not allowed to
Oh.
say babysitting anymore because they're grown. They're older now. One's in middle school.
Oh, you
Um
can't say that to them. It would be
I
horrifying.
know we can't say that to them anymore. But anyway, we're going down and the dogs love my husband, it's so cute. But yeah, I thought, oh, I'm gonna pull out my Reiki book. I meant to grab it to show you I still have my Reiki book.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
They've gotten a lot fancier now.
Oh,
But but you
that's
know what? It was still the same method and it still works.
yes, yes. That's so neat. I'm so proud of you. You've come
Thank
so
you.
far. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. It's been just, small baby steps, just keep
Yeah,
plugging forward and trying to educate people on why this is important and it's going to, you know, change your life.
yeah,
Even if you don't have pets, if you learn this, you can do this with wild animals. I've gone to wildlife sanctuaries, where you can't get close to animals like the tigers and bears and alligators, and they all respond.
yeah, yeah,
So, um, yeah, even the wildlife in your backyard. And, I'm kind of like, I'm on this railroad for feral kitties because it seems like I have another one. This is like my third or fourth one. And they have to jump a 6-foot block wall. And then they have to jump another fence to find my tortoise's burrow. And they find that for protection, like in the summer, especially. And they're starving. And then they learn about me and I take food out for them so they can at least get a little bit. And this is like the third feral that's moved in. And, that tends to happen. They just know where to come.
oh my gosh, that's something. I remember we when you were talking about the horses, we were heroes, horses for heroes.
Oh,
Remember
yes,
that?
yes, yes. We did had a little afternoon at Horses for Heroes out there.
Yes. That was so, I mean,
That was fun.
for me, I really learned a lot. That was really
And
something.
we had to try to walk the horses. And the
Yes.
only way you can't force that.
No,
You
no.
can't because they're 1,500 pounds. You can't push a 1,500-pound animal. They have to want to come with you. And
Yes.
that's through energy. Horses are wonderful teachers about that.
Yes. That was a wonderful day. I had such a good time. And I remember the instructor saying something about don't allow remember we had the ponies first, or they
Yes.
weren't really ponies though, that I remember. Remember they were just
Or little miniatures or something. Yeah.
something. Yeah, and I remember they said don't allow them to get down on the ground.
Yes.
And mine was the only one that got down on the ground and I could not get that guy up.
And that's why they were saying because they like to roll. So they get down
Yes.
and roll. Yes. Yes.
And
I
then
remember
we had to
that.
clean it. I thought, now that's not fair. You got in the dirt. Now I got to clean you. But I remembered that that was such a great day. But and I
That
had
was
the big
fun.
horse, and I
That
did
was
very
fun.
well with the big horse, but the little one,
It's always the little ones that cause the trouble.
yeah. Oh my gosh, this is great. Oh my gosh. So I know that you have to leave because you go live in your group or something.
I'm actually teaching a certification course in Animal Reiki tonight, but it's a 8-week course, and then we do the training online, and then we go to an animal sanctuary here in Las Vegas if people
Oh,
can make it. But I just want to, that brings me to a point. There's certification courses, but if somebody is interested in animal Reiki, you don't have to be certified to work with your pets. Um, there are classes, and if you go to our website, which is animal-bonds.com, we have some that are pre-recorded. It's a 30, I think it's 35 minutes, and it takes you through the basics how to do this. And at the end of it, you will be very comfortable sitting down meditating with your animals. There's
yeah.
a workbook that explains everything. I think we give you two meditations, that bonus meditations besides what's in the workbook, and I think that's only $19. So you can purchase that on our website if you want to find out what this is all about, or if you just say, I don't want to do certification courses, but I would like to be able to sit down and meditate with my animals and have some direction on how to do
Yeah,
that. It's a perfect way to do it. And then all my
absolutely.
classes are listed there as well. My partner Leah's classes are on there as well. If anybody wants to do the certification or learn a little bit more about it, they certainly can.
I love it. Now, if they wanted to join your Facebook group, where do they go?
So you can go to Facebook, and it's Animal Bonds Meditation is our page. And then what you will see, what we post, because once a week we do topics on Zoom. You can join us live on Zoom, or you can catch it on the Facebook page. We try to downstream. Sometimes we have trouble, but we get the recording on there. And this week we've been doing, well, this for the last 3 weeks, we've been doing presentations. So, how do you present what you do when sometimes people aren't sure what it is, especially with Reiki? Could be the same with essential oils. People have a preconceived idea. So, how do you get your message across clearly, concisely, and quickly? Because 95% of entrepreneurs do not have a clear, concise message. And we want people to be part of the 5% that do, because that's how you get people's attention. So we did a speaking workshop. For those of you who don't know, I'm been through a professional speakers class, an academy. I've won some awards speaking. So anyway, I wanted to share that information with everyone. And other times it'll be other topics, or it'll be Q&A. You can come, any question you might have, we try to answer for you. And those are always really nice because we get a lot of interaction, and people can come on Zoom if they want. And uh, it's always a good time. And I learn a lot from those.
Yeah, I was on something. I was on today listening to your group.
Yep.
It was very interesting. Yeah, so I'll make sure I will add both of these links, for everyone because
Okay. That'd be great.
yeah, because I know we have a few people with dogs that didn't get on, but I know they're going to get on.
Right.
I just had a message from Colleen. I think she forgot it was Thursday. She goes, "What?" um, and,
I
and
know how
I
that goes. I've done that.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's so confusing. And most of these people are from Canada.
Okay. Yeah.
Most
So then
West
you've got
Coast
the
guys.
time change, and yeah, I hear you.
And I should have put in all the times because I usually do. I usually say 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. You're like the weatherman.
I know.
you know, but yeah, so all that's good. Now, do you have any events coming up? Anything that's
Um, the only events I have a level 2 class, which, um, but most of it is classes. I have a level 2 class, and that's open to anybody that has any Reiki experience. You don't have to take level 1 for the Animal Reiki first. If you have any Reiki experience, you can take the level 2. And then if you have anybody who likes to do dog sports, nose work, agility, that
oh,
are active in that and they compete, I have a special class just for dog sport canine handlers. And it is about the mindset because that is the most powerful tool you have to win. It's you can have all the training in the world, all the coaches in the world, but if your mindset is wrong, it will affect your performance in the ring. And
mm,
so we're doing a 4-week class to help dog handlers because I have had a number of nosework clients that would have me come in and meditate with their dogs to help their performance, and I quickly realized that it was the handler that we had to help
ah,
because the dog kind of knows what they're doing, but they just are so in tune to us. They pick up on our emotions, our stress, our lack of confidence, and that can throw them off when they go in the ring.
oh my goodness, I never would have thought of that. Our friend Tiffany used to do that. I don't think
Yeah,
she does it
I don't know if
anymore.
she does it anymore, but
Yeah, but I remember that she'd
mhm,
go off with her dog. I don't know if she did both dogs. I know one.
mhm,
I can't remember anymore. Yeah, interesting. That's very interesting.
yes. So that's what we have coming up.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, Colleen says I made it. Colleen, you're going to have to watch the replay because
Yes,
we're wrapping it up because Jamie has to go on to teach her Reiki class.
yes. I'm teaching that tonight in just a few minutes. So,
Yes. So I will just give them my footy notes. So Sunday, September 11th, I will announce the grand prize winner from the 3-day Aromatouch workshop. We also have a change in a date with my friend Jennifer. I never know how to say her last name, so I call her Jennifer G. She's Italian, who will be talking about the safety of using oils with pets. And this will be on Wednesday, September 21st, instead of my regular Thursday, because there was a conflict in her schedule. So we're flexible here. Um, so, okay, my lovelies, enjoy the rest of your day or evening. And don't forget to spread kindness throughout your day and evening. I'm sending you all huge hugs. I will post the animalbonds.com and the Animal Bonds meditation links for you in this, once it's recorded. I think it's already done, so we don't have to worry. Okay, thank you so much.
thank
Oh
you,
my God,
Footie. This was
this
so
was,
nice talking to you again.
yes, I loved it. Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody, we'll see you
Bye.
Sunday.